So welcome to session 6. This is the final one in the series of the Tai Chi for arthritis, the first part that we've been doing. And what we're going to focus on today is putting the whole thing together and then just working on maybe some smaller parts for whether you've been doing it seated or standing, just to fine tune things. So we're going to go through this half a dozen times, but remember there'll also be time for you to practice in between as well. So, this is our warm-up, and it takes between 12 to 15 minutes long. We'll be working through the different joints from one area to the other, so we'll start from the top and we'll work our way down. But as part of Tai Chi, one of the things we like to do is what's known as a salute. So we have an open hand at the left that represents friendship, a fist that represents strength, and a bend in the thumb that represents humility, and this is just known as saluting Tai Chi, and it's a nice way to start our warm-up. So let's begin. Let's open and close the hands, and we're just going to move around. So if you're at home and you can move around the space a bit more, please do so. If you haven't got the space to move around so much, it doesn't matter. Just moving your feet, open and closing the hands just for a moment or two, just to get things moving. Okay, and relax. So now I want you to focus on your posture a little bit. Have the feet nicely grounded so you can feel the floor, soft bend in the knees, and then lift the head up, feel nice and proud, and lift your chest a little. If you're seated, bring your back away from the chair, and if you're standing with the chair, you can keep the hand there to give you a little bit of support. So feeling tall, feeling strong, and just relax there for a moment. Take a nice steady breath in, and relax out. So let's get started with our warm-up. We're going to lift the hands up, just to shoulder height, turn the hands in, draw in, and draw the chin back, then release, push forward. As the arms come down, let the head gently bow down as well. And again, arms up, lift up the head, bring the hands in, push back out, and let the head gently drop. This time we can use the breath to help, so we can take a nice deep breath in, and relax. And head down once more. Okay, hands come up to the centre, and put one hand down. The other hand stays in front of our face, and we're just going to gently turn to the right. As we come back to the centre, change the hands. And again, change over. Gently rotate. Change hands. Once more each side. Lovely. Relax the hands down. Let's just roll the shoulders as the shoulders are up and over. And back in the other direction. This time, palms face up, we're just going to lift the hands up, then the elbows, and then we're just going to push down. Use the breath, deep breath in, and out. squeeze as well here if you want to. Gathering all that energy and then push away. Lovely. Relax. Moving on to the back and the spine, so a little bit of a twisting movement coming on. So I'm going to start with a ball or an imaginary ball. The right hand on top. Turn those hands over and then stretch up and push down with the other hand and then release. Change over, stretch up and again. Only go as far as is comfortable for you. It's different for everybody. If that's enough for you, then that's absolutely fine. Take it a little bit further, then do so. Then bring the hands back to centre. Right hand on top, we're going to twist to the right. Lovely. Turn the left hand onto the top, and let's twist back around. Really nice one to gently waken up the back. Nice gentle movements. One more. And back to centre. Lovely. Okay, we're going to work a little bit more now. We're working our way down the body. If you're standing with the chair support, you may need this now because we're going to move the legs a little bit more. I'm just going to do a side profile for you so it's a little bit easier to see what's going on. And then it's going to adapt slightly what we're doing. So she's going to really lifting that back up off the chair and really focusing here. So we'll keep hands down. We're going to transfer the weight into our left leg. And the right foot goes forward, toes up, heel down. We're just going to push the hands back. And then we're going to bring the toes behind us and let the arms come forward, and we'll just let it come through. Lovely. If you need to stop at the centre point to ensure you've got your balance, that's absolutely fine. Back to centre, and let's change legs. Shift the weight. Slow and steady. This one. Slightly out to the side, so we're just going to push our hands in one direction, then we're just going to tap the toe out to the other side. And we're going to scoop across and go the other way. Lovely. One more each side. Again, a nice stretch. Relax. Okay, so we're going to be moving a little bit more now with the feet. So what I'm going to get you to do is make a fist. Don't have to hold too tight, just nice and light. Sits at your hips. Again, we're going to transfer the weight into our left leg. Raise the heel, toe, and punch. Come back. Change legs. Heel, toe, punch. Wonderful. If you're seated or you're standing, you can come through and we can lift up. If you've got the chair, make sure you've got one hand on there if you want to. And if you're feeling really brave, you can lift the leg a little bit higher. Slow and steady for you. Lovely. Relax. Well done. So, again with the fist, we're going to transfer the weight into the left. Very similar, heel, toe. We're going to lean in a little bit more and punch, and we come back. Transfer into the right, heel, toe, punch. Come back. Nice one. This is one of my favourite moves, this one. It's a really nice flow to it. balanced, or put hands onto the chair if you need. And we're just going to go heel, toe, heel, toe. Then change legs, same again. This time we're just going to tilt our foot side to side. So little toe, big toe. Just touches the floor. Change legs. And that's your warm-up. So let's start with our feet together, heels in, touching, feet slightly out, nice and tall. So if you're on the chair, sit up nice and tall and use all those muscles. Again, if you're standing, and you've got the chair there or the stick, just use that to give you a little bit of balance and support. Okay, so feel really tall, really strong here. Okay, now if you're standing, just a soft bend in the knees. So let's go through this and I'll guide you through. So hands come up, just to shoulder height, drop. If you're standing, you can sink the knees a little bit. Arms come back. We go heel, toe, we step forward. Okay, from there, push forward. Just as far as your arms will let you, come back in. And here, take a nice breath in and out. So we're going in this direction first, across to the right, weight into the left foot, then we go heel, toe, knee, single whip, left hand comes across. Okay, from there, right hand, right leg comes in, step out, and twist, in hands, and twist. Step, twist, small step in, twist, one more, step, back to the centre, open and close. Give yourself a moment to work out where we're going next. We're going in that direction across to the left, weight sinks into the right leg, and we go heel, toe, gently push in, single whip, right hand comes across. This time, we're waving hands, we come in with left foot, left hand, and we step and twist. Right foot comes in, twist. Left foot comes out, twist. Right foot comes in, twist. Step out once more. As we come in, back to the centre, open and close. Well done. If we've got our feet right, we should pretty much be back where we started. So let's go from the beginning. I'm going to guide you through a little bit more with the seated session this time so you can see where we need to just fine tune where necessary. So, feet, heels touching, Tai Chi for arthritis. So if you're seated, just think about pulling that stomach in a little bit, nice and tall, back off the chair. So it's quite hard work. As you can see, Emma's there, it's really nice and tall. That actually allows freedom of movement through the back as well. So we're going to bring the hands up and down. So if you're seated, you're just going to do a nice march on the spot. One leg and then the other. From here, only go as far as your arms will let you. Don't overstretch. Come back in. And then open and close. If you're seated, you're just going to do a bit of a side step. Still going to go heel toe. You're going to lean very gently, but don't over lean. Okay? Come across. This time you're going to scoop that foot in. And twist. So if you're seated, you're going to be marching on the spot each time we move. You're going to raise that leg and then twist. Raise the foot, twist, and again. Then go back to the centre and we open and close. single whip, going in the opposite direction. Again, if you're seated, just going to do a bit of side step. Just gently lean and pull that arm back across. So same again. Foot comes in, and you're going to lift the knee and step. Twist. Knee, tap. And same again. And one more. Back to the centre. Open, close, and relax. Great stuff. So hopefully you're now getting into this a little bit more. You're knowing where you're going to go next, and you're preempting the moves. So we just spent a little bit of time with the seated, so we're going to do the same again this time with Andrea, and where we're using either a chair for support or a stick, and we'll focus a little bit more of our efforts on that for this next repetition. So let's again start nice and tall. Okay, either have the chair where you need to or the stick, that's entirely up to you. Okay, nice and tall, heels together, soft bend in the knees. Okay, so we're just going to bring the hands up and down. Okay, if you've got the stick here, move the stick, then your feet, so you feel comfortable and safe at all times. Then push that one hand out and back. Open and close. Okay. We can push that weight into that left leg. And we go heel, toe, lean in. Use the stick to give a bit of support. And then come across. Okay. So if you're working with the stick, this time I want you to place the stick first and then move. Small step in and twist. Okay, as we step, place the stick first, then move. Small step in, twist. Again, move the stick and twist. Back to the centre, open and close. As we're going back in the other direction, you may need to change hands. Okay, so we're going to sink into the right this time. Heel, toe, push, bring that hand across. Again, coming in, place the stick first, then move. Small step in. Place the stick, then move. Come in, once more, place the stick, then move. Come back to centre, we open, and close, and relax. So well done everybody for getting through all of this and working on these movements. I hope you've been practicing at home. So we're going to go through this one last time. I'm not going to say anything. Just follow if you need to, or concentrate on where you need to be. Okay, so let's start with our heels together, toes out, nice and tall. So get your starting position, feel comfortable. This is Tai Chi for arthritis. Off we go. down. So very lightly we're just going to lift the leg and we're just going to let the hand in the fist just drop on top of the thighs, like a mini massage. And relax. Next one, we're just going to tense. We're just going to open the hands and we're going to tighten them up and tense through the body and then relax. And again, deep breath in, tighten up and relax. One more. Relax. And one that we did at the very beginning, we open the hands, we're just going to gather up that energy. Nice deep breath in and breathe out. Big breath in and release. That's the end of your cool down.